What's going on, Bellfleur? Going the Recovering Witch here, also known as Jen. Welcome back to my channel. And I do have to say before I start, I gained a few subscribers within the last several weeks, days, and I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, showing your support by leaving a comment, liking the videos, and subscribing to my channel. So I do want to say that doesn't go unappreciated, and thank you so much on finding interest on what I have to say. Today is Witchin Out Wednesdays, and every Wednesday I cover a topic that I find witchy. I am incorporating into my practice. I share it with you guys as I learn, and maybe you might find that information beneficial yourself. At least I hope you find it beneficial. Sometimes take things as I say as a grain of salt. These are things that I'm reading and learning. Sometimes different variations of an idea might be different to some, but as I am an eclectic witch, I find something that resonates with me and what I learn. If you have something more to comment on it, please do. Again, this is about building community and we're all learning together. So today I am covering full moon rituals or practices or things that you can do that are very low key. Tomorrow is the full moon, which is the wolf moon, and I don't know if anybody else has been feeling the way that I have. So again, I'm not really going to be doing, I have been doing spells in the last couple of days, but I kind of need a sense of nourishment and renewal. So full moon, we look at it where you can do love spells for yourself, cleansing, clearing, getting healing and nourishment. The full moon has gone into completion of full brightness, and it's here for us to look at this last phase of what we've been going through, maybe some certain things that we have been holding on to, looking at it. We're giving the moon gratitude for shining the light on this, okay? And finding the nourishment, finding the healing, and we release. So like I said, I'm going to be doing some things that are low-key, which are really more self-healing. As I've looked at the last phase of the moon, I am really trying to heal within, because there had been some things that had shined to light that I really am trying to take care of myself. So I'm not trying to do something that's like really high maintenance and takes more of my energy. So I am looking for the full moon to help me nourish. I did want to talk about a couple ways that you can get nourished by the full moon. I did want to mention that I have been reading, and I'm not going to say I recommend it yet, okay? I've been reading Lunar Alchemy, so I'm not saying go run out and go get it. And this is by Shaheen Miro. And Miro has talked about this being hitting the touch points of everyday moon magic to transform your life. I've read a little bit at the beginning, but last night before I was going to sleep, I was thinking about a video I could cover today on the fly. As what I have read from the beginning and looking at the full moon, she does give some really great suggestions and exercises that you can implement and try. And really incorporate into your practice, and trying to really heal within. This probably isn't for you if that's not what you're looking for, but really kind of breaking that inner things, whatever you want to call it, that are holding you back and getting you into manifestation. I thought it would be kind of nice to just hit some of the topics she hit in the book, and again, these are things probably you have seen already, but it is great to have a good refresh. I'm going to be covering charging moon water, an oracle practice that you can do with your oracle card deck, charging your objects, and drawing down the moon. So let's get started. Alright, witches, so I know, or magical practitioners, whoever you are, you're welcome here. I did want to talk about the moon water, and maybe just for you kind of getting an idea of what you can do. Sometimes we get a little uncomfortable when we talk about, like, how do I speak in an intention into my water, things like that. It's what you feel comfortable with. If you don't want to say it out loud, you can say it in your mind. You don't have to go out and buy jars. You probably have some jars once you finished a salsa jar or jelly jar, whatever jar you have at home. we like to repurpose in this house. I like to keep the jars so I don't have to go out and buy any. This is a jar that I have. I do need to clean this one, and this is going to be one of my jars that I will have for moon water. I put out several jars, one to drink. I can use that water for coffee or tea. Two, you can use it for a cleansing bath. Also, you can use this for making any cleansing waters, maybe cleansing for your altars if you have one. Three, you can put it as an offering if you do have a deity, god, goddess. You can put that as an offering for them in their chalice. So those are pretty much the purposes of moon water and what you can use them for. As far as the water goes, we use filtered water in this house. A lot of people say spring water. I am not a brave soul. I have collected storm water, rainwater, because there is a purpose that it has a powerful effect for magic that you are going to do, okay? But I don't typically drink it because there are times where debris can go into it. You really have to filter it, heat it, boil it, whatever, and I just don't feel comfortable with it as far as ingesting. So, but that's my take. If you can do it, by all means, good for you, because I just can't. But we do have a filtration system in our house, or if you can just get like bottled spring water or whatever, that works awesome. So I put it in the jar. It's already leaking from me shaking it around. You're gonna fill your jar with water, okay? But before you do that, I would say cleanse your jars, right? You have a clean jar, and then you can use a smoke incense stick, and you will counterclockwise, okay? Smoke cleanse the jar, removing any other negative energies, entities, stale energy, attachments for bringing in what you are trying to put in, okay? You can then go clockwise. You can go in clockwise, and then you can state the intention that this jar is protected, this is sealed, yada yada yada, things like that. And then you have enchanted your jar. I would say please be careful as far as when you're putting in the incense stick. You don't want to have as far as like the ash in the jar and ingest it if you're going to be drinking that water. The other thing I like to do, and this is what you have to be mindful of, and I'm going to be talking about crystals in a minute. Some people do like to put crystals in their water. The only crystal that I have put in water is rose quartz. It's very safe. Rose quartz is good for love. It is good for healing. Please be mindful. Again, another tip. Crystals that you have that end with ITE, do not put in water because they will dissolve and they will make you sick. I think we all know this, but again, it's a good refresher for people who don't know. So, selenite, don't put in water. Malachite, don't put it in water. I have some selenite powder. It's like, just think of it as if you ingest it. It is little blades that will go into your body. Okay, like just don't. All right. Have I put selenite in water before? Yes, but not to ingest, but for a different purpose. So just be mindful of that. Okay, and yeah. So anyway, I have my rose quartz, and you have to look at a crystal that you're using as a vessel, like it's a living thing. So this rose quartz for me, like I said, promotes the love, the comfort, the healing, and I'm going to put it in my jar for my moon water. But before I do that, I am going to speak to it, my vessel, living thing. I'm going to give it gratitude. So I say, thank you for bestowing self-healing on me. And then I will speak affirmations. I am beautiful. I am lovable. I am enough. I am smart. I am a goddess. I am worthy. And I can keep chanting that until it feels right, and then I can put it in the jar and then fill it up with the water. Then I will put the water outside, and then I will say another, okay? I will say another petition to the moon, getting that energy and saying, charge this water. Thank you, moon. Thank you, moon goddess, for charging this water. and giving the nourishment and refreshment and amplifying this water for what the intention was set. Put all that together, put it outside, and you set it out for a few hours, and you're gonna have moon water. Sometimes I have heard the question about if there's overcast and you can't see the moon. That's fine. It will still do the work. Do you have to put the jar outside? No, you don't. If you're not comfortable not wanting to leave it outside, you can always put it on the windowsill of your home. The other question that has come up, and has come up to me personally when I started learning last year, is why you wake up at the crack of dawn before the sun comes and taking the moon water out. Thought maybe because these are elements, there's really no harm, but this does make sense. So I was brave enough to ask the question, y'all. So in case you haven't asked the question, I got an answer for you. But yes, if you look at the moon, we go to the moon for releasing, the healing, the nourishment, and really bestowing in and sitting in that gratitude of that moonlight and feeling that calm. And it feels like a very nurturing, loving, very feminine, loving Mother Nature energy, okay? If the sun touches it, then this is where the sun starts to charge the masculine energy. So if you look back on things that you are learning, maybe putting two and two together, I quite honestly, I didn't connect the dots. But looking at a deck of tarot cards like divination, there is a lot of certain things you can look at in your deck of tarot cards where it has like a certain masculine energy, that very fiery and active energy, and the sun is fire. That is how I look at it, as a very masculine energy putting things into action. And even if you think about it, typically at nighttime, we go to sleep. We feel a sense of calm. Yes, we're probably dreaming. If you are able to sleep, sometimes people aren't. We do have some sleeping disorders, but that is besides the point. But we think of sleep as a calm. We want that rest. We want that peace. So our bodies are not in motion during nighttime. We're just kind of cradled into our bed, right? Then if you look at daytime with the sun, we get up, we're active, we go and carry out our day, put into action of work. So again, we're always building in momentum, that active fiery energy during the day. That is why we take the moon water out before the sun hits it. So if you are kind of like a lazy witch like me, and sometimes you can't like get yourself to get out of bed in the morning, it's good to sit it out there for a few hours. You can set out the intention, and before you go to bed, you can bring the jar inside if you have left it outside, or pull it from the windowsill and put it in a space where the sun will not touch. I did talk about crystals for a little bit, and I did bring up my rose quartz. If you have any other crystals that you would like to charge, now would be the perfect time, because you are imbuing the extra powerful energy of the full moon. And giving it a nice recharge. So again, I did say about them being living things. So as the full moon is restoring us, it is restoring any item that we do have. So again, I mentioned crystals because most of us have them, but maybe even something you haven't thought about. Maybe it is like a necklace, things that we carry that are programmed or enchanted to do certain things that we want them to do. You can leave them out in the moonlight. So when you are drawing down the energy of the moon, you are feeling some sort of depletion. You want some of that nourishment. You want the healing. You want release. And what we do to get that, we draw the energy of the moon. We draw down the moon. And the book had recommended in the lunar alchemy, if you kind of want to make this into like a simple little ritual you can do. There is no right or wrong way to do this. I do appreciate them talking about, as far as an eclectic practice, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Many of us have a certain way where we open and close a circle. Some of us call on the elements of earth, air, fire, water, but in archangels, that's what I do. But she does recommend that if you go outside, you can take a candle with you, or if it's not possible for you to go outside, you can sit by a window where you can see the moon, and you light the candle, settle in, and you can repeat this. As this space is filled with light, I am filled with light. As the moon is full of light, I am full of light. I draw down your lunar fire to nourish every part of my being with honor and reverence. And she does also say that you can mist the space with jasmine or rose spray, and that kind of helps with the scent and put with a calming and that nourishment of energy. And herbs, they do have a spirit of their own. Any plants, herbs that you use, they will bring in, they will come in, and they will help you with that also. So again, everything has life to it. It has life to it. I really did like the exercise that's in here as far as your oracle card deck. So I have mine here. It's in this pouch. It is the Work Your Light Tarot card deck by Rebecca Campbell, and I have the book and I can show you guys right here. But I have been using this deck more so now lately. I have been putting it off for some time. I've had it for a while, but I've been called to use it again. And so I have the cards inside, and she says this is an exercise that you can do with your oracle deck instead of using a tarot deck. If you do have a tarot deck and you don't have an oracle deck, I'm sure it works the same. You don't have to go out and buy one. But really getting connected to your cards and really looking at a message as far as this going into this next phase. During the full moon, you can ground, center, and connect with the present moment to witness the wisdom and insight present in your evolution. This exercise opens you up more to embody the light and the gifts manifested through your work, and you can get a sense of your next level of growth. Hold your oracle deck, breathe into your body, find a sense of rhythm with each breath. Become calm, still, relaxed. Open yourself up to receive guidance and clarity. Feel yourself shifting into a receptive state. The next thing is you hold your oracle deck to your heart and you say, I open myself to clarity and guidance. I allow myself to receive. I invite my inner wisdom to speak. Hold your oracle deck to your forehead and say, I see beyond the boundaries of my finite senses. I look through lunar eyes. I confirm with lunar knowing. So then you will shuffle the cards to fill them with your energy. Ponder the past lunation. Whatever comes up in your head and heart is perfect. Just let it flow through. When you are ready, choose a card for each question. Where am I now? What is in full light? What is available to me now? What should I call in? How can I walk through the threshold? Is there anything else to know that can serve me? So again, with the 6 questions that are listed, you're going to pull a card out for each question. Record your answers to these questions in your journal. So again, this kind of helps you with the prompting and writing. This is it for Witchin Out Wednesdays. Happy full moon, and I will probably be posting another video as far as Imbolc or Imlay, which Celtic tradition they do call, or Wiccans they call it. Again, still learning, so don't be offended. I'm starting to get my altars fixed up, and I think this is a good time as far as full moon. There are some releasing, so we're cleansing. I'm cleansing the house, I'm cleaning, trying to get that energy, and I'm refreshing my altars and getting the inspiration to come in. So we also celebrate Bridget's Day, or Saint Bridget, however you want to look at it. But as more as I learn, I see why, and I'm attached to. So I think that there's going to be a bonus video on that that's going to be coming up next week. So look out for it. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, comment, and share if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you next time. So peace, love, and light to you, but you can't have the light without the dark. Bye.